So, welcome back, or welcome to Yoga with Ciara. It's day 21 of Empower. Last night, I teach a yoga class, 2 yoga classes on a Tuesday night. It's in person, and they're amazing. So, I have a slow class and then a medium class that tends to go a bit strong sometimes. And so, at around 5 o'clock yesterday, I look out, and all the new chickens had gotten out underneath the fence and were just wandering around the garden. And usually I lock them in at 6 o'clock in the evening, but I would be gone to yoga. So I had to, like, for maybe 20 minutes, I spent running around and grabbing chickens and flinging them over the fence and then running around. And then I had to set up a corral for the last ones. And the drama. But all is well. The chickens are still alive. So we got new chickens. I think I said that a few days ago. We got new chickens after the mink had killed all the other ones. And so far so good. We have chickens. And so great. Today is about a heart-opening wave, leaning in and opening into the chest. So great. So come sit on your mat to begin with, and we shall do some heart opening to start. Great. Nice. So sitting on your mat, you can have a block underneath your bum if you wish, or you could just be sitting on the ground. You can also do all of these sitting in a chair, okay? And then just rock your bum from side to side so that you feel that you're coordinating. So to lift a bum off the floor, you have to side bend. So rather than it being leaning, let your head travel to the same side that your bum is lifting. And even try and pull your elbow down as you do that. So it's just a coordinating. Nice. And then rounding your back. Drop your head down as close to your knees, to your belly button as you can. And then arching your back, looking up. Nice. Rounding your back. Arching your back. And just see, how would you warm up? So if I really tuck my chin in when I'm under, so I'm actually really pushing my chin towards my chest, something at the back of my neck really opens. So really tuck your chin in and then lift your chin really high. And really tuck your chin in. And really lift your chin high. Nice. Hands to your thighs. And then imagine that your chest, actually start with this. So imagine that your chest is like a typewriter and you're going to push your chest right and then push your chest left. So it's a little bit like a coordination, but it has more sideways rather than side bending. So I'm translation. This is a translation of my rib cage. So I'm trying to stay at the same height. If you notice, my breath or my voice is going slightly. So I'm trying to stay at the same height with my rib cage. And I'm just feeling that. Nice. And then same height with your rib cage, forward and backwards. Nice. And then draw a circle where your hands stay on your rib cage and you're trying to keep your ribs more or less at the same height. And you're circling your chest. Nice. And then circle in the other direction. My toes are trying to stabilize the weight of my legs. My face is trying to help a little bit. Nice, cool, super. Nice. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Get super tall towards the ceiling. So I'm pushing the backs of my thighs into the floor. I'm pushing my pelvis into the floor. And the more I push down, the more I reach up. Get super, super tall, like you're trying to pull the pot of your belly out of your pelvis. Nice. And then try and bring both elbows down beside your hips. Nice. And then up. Super, super tall. I love that, trying to pull the pot out of my belly. It's a very, very funny analogy. And try and bring your elbows down to your hips. You should feel really compressed here. One more time. Super, super tall. Feel the length through the sides of your belly, the sides of your ribs. And then pause. Nice. Come lie on the floor. Nice. So me landing on the floor there, my back feels different than how I usually land when we just land straight down. So notice that for you. What is different about your spine? Super. Feet are hip distance apart. Push your feet down. Begin to roll up along your spine. And you're going to push your elbows into the floor really deeply. And then as you drop your rib cage down, reach your arms up towards the ceiling. And then as you bend, as you lift your ribs and you push your elbows down. And as you drop your ribs, reach your arms up. As you lift your ribs, pull your elbows down. And as you drop your ribs, reach your arms up. So we're going to take it to the next level. So as you lift your ribs, try and imagine that you can touch your fingers behind your back. Go gently. And as you drop your ribs, lift your head and reach up towards the ceiling. Nice. Lift your ribs. Just touch your fingers. Fingertips touch behind your back. And then when you drop, reach upwards, up towards the ceiling, lift your head. And again, touch underneath your back, underneath your bum, fingertips touch. And then reach up, rounding up towards the ceiling. Last one. Touch behind your back and just pause there. My thumbs are touching. My arms aren't on the floor, actually. My fingers are hovering halfway between my bum and the floor. And just pause there. Fingertips lightly touching. I'm not forcing, I'm not interlocking my fingers because that kind of locks down stuff. So fingertips are touching, hips are lifting. Pause. Nice. And then drop your bum, rock your knees from side to side. Super. Drop your knees down towards the right. I'm going to have to change sides. Drop your knees down towards the right. Roll over onto your right shoulder and come all the way up into zigzag. So you're sitting upright, your 2 feet are over towards the left, and you're sitting on your right bum, okay? So then reach your arms up towards the ceiling, reaching up and look up. Get super tall as you look upwards. And then bring your 2 hands down towards the right side and drop your head down, forehead down towards the floor. Rising up, reach both arms straight up towards the ceiling, reaching up, looking up. And then both hands down to the floor, drop your forehead down. And then rise, reach your arms up towards the ceiling, super long. And then over towards the right side, drop your forehead down. From here, feel that left leg is floating, okay? So stretch your left leg long. And then as you rise up, bring your left elbow and your left knee to touch. Bring your hands down, stretch your left leg long. As you rise up, and bring your elbow and your knee to touch. Hands to the floor, forehead down. As you rise, elbow to your knee. Last one. All the way down, super long into that left leg. Forehead is hovering just above the floor. And then rise up. Elbow to your knee, bring your foot to the floor, and then keep going with your arms over towards the left side. So my right arm is now over the top of my left leg, and my left arm is behind me, and I'm twisting deeply. You just feel that. How do you twist towards the left? Breathe into your belly. I have this really lovely sense of my collarbones widening here, the front of my throat opening. So how would you lean into your chest and let it shine towards the left? There's something about feeling my breath in my throat or feeling my breath fill into my chest that feels really supportive right now. Let your ears get taller towards the ceiling. And release. And come lie on the floor. How do you come back down? Whatever way you do. Land on the floor. Pause. Nice. And drop your knees down towards the left. Roll over onto your left shoulder. Come all the way up to sit. Nice. So reach your arms up towards the ceiling, really long and tall. Look up as you reach up. And then drop your hands down towards the left side and drop your forehead down towards the floor. Rising up, sweep your arms up towards the ceiling. Super tall. Lean forward into your chest and belly as you reach up. Hands down, forehead to the floor. Rising, reaching up, leaning into your chest. Hands down. And when your hands are down, feel the length of that right leg. Let it float long and strong. And then as you rise, bring your right elbow to your right knee. Coming down, hands to the floor, stretch into your right leg. And I feel as I do that, I feel the deep of my belly, elbow to your knee. So you're shortening and squeezing the iliacus and the iliopsoas. And then as you drop down and straighten your leg, you're lengthening your psoas and iliacus. So just feel that. Squeeze. And then lengthen. Squeeze. And lengthen. Pause there, lengthening. Nice. Rising up. And then bring your right foot to the floor and keep twisting over towards the left. So my left arm is going to go on top of my knee. My right hand is behind me. And get super tall. Let your heart and chest expand towards the right. Really focus on that area, the front of your throat, collarbones, front of your chest. How would you get taller? Feel my ears rising towards the ceiling. Widening of the chest. I'm getting bigger as I sit here. Nice. Release. Stretch your legs out long in front of you and then hold on to your opposite elbow. And then without turning your head or turning your chest, just pull your elbows from side to side. So always with all these movements, you're listening to your body. So this is really amazing for your neck and for your shoulders, but only if you listen. If you force your body, then it becomes sore. So you're going to the distance that feels right and allowing an opening to happen. Nice. Drop your arms down, roll your shoulders. Nice. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Turn your palms forward. Come into baby swan. Elbows are straight out from your chest. And then pull back into big swan. And as you do that, let your chest lift forward. Reach your arms up. Dive a little bit forward. So my arms are beside my ears. I'm rounding forward. And then pull your elbows down into big swan. Chest is lifting deeply. Rounding forward. Diving. Swan. And I'm really, with swan, I'm always looking for the wrinkles on my back. Oh dear. I know that I'm doing it right if the back is crinkling because it's shortening so much. And it's impossible not to crinkle, just to say, you have a body. And if you side bend or back bend, it's going to crinkle. So enjoy the crinkles. Let them give you feedback into the movement that you're doing. So I'm getting a little bit deeper going forward as I do this. It's like as I dive, I'm suddenly finding a little bit more space forward. Crinkle, crinkle. Dive. One more time. Crinkle, crinkle. And dive. Nice, cool. Come into your downward dog. Find the pull back of your heels, the opening into the feet. Wiggle the pelvis maybe. Open into the backs of your calves and just rise and fall a few times. So pull your heels down, lift up onto your toes. Pull your heels down, lift up onto your toes. Heels up, heels up, heels up, heels up. Nice. Drop your knees to the floor. Bring your right foot forward between your two hands. Lengthen your back leg and turn your back foot at a 45-degree angle. Bring both hands to your front thigh and then rise up with your arms. Reach up, turn your palms forward and pull them down into swan. Chest is opening, heart is opening. And then gently reaching up and ever so gently. Notice that there's a lot of weight in your arms. This is a loaded forward bend in a lunge, so be careful. You're going to reach forward a little bit into your dive. Notice how it's challenging to reach forward in a dive. Pull your elbows down, swan. Reaching up, and dive a little bit forward. So really listen. It's no small thing to dive forward there. I love the feeling of connecting. I have to really anchor into the back foot to give my spine the support that it needs. Nice. So, yes, bring your right hand to your right thigh and reach your left hand up and then pull your left elbow down towards your left hip. Feel the crinkle, crinkle. And then reach your left arm over your ear long so your right elbow is resting on your knee. Pulling back, crinkle, crinkle. And then long with your left arm beside your ear. Pull your left elbow down towards your left hip. It's a bit like yesterday when we were moving sideways in the air. One more time. Pull your elbow down towards your hip. And then long, pushing down into that left foot as you reach deeply into your left arm. Nice. Both hands to the floor. Step back, downward dog. Pulling back into your heels. Nice. Knees to the floor. Step your right foot forward. Between your hands. Oh, left foot. Sorry. Left foot, left foot, left foot. Lengthen your back leg. Turn it at a 45-degree angle. Hands to your front knee. Rising up. So your front knee is bending. Your back leg is straight. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Pull your elbows down into swan. Reach your arms up. Very slowly dive forward. Feel the counterweight that needs to happen, or the balance or the negotiation that needs to happen. Pull your elbows down, up, dive a little bit forward. Elbows down, up, forward. Last one. Swan, up, forward. Nice. Pull your right elbow down towards your right hip. So you're going more sideways. And then reach your right arm long beside your ear. Whoop. And bring your left elbow to your left thigh. Pull your elbow down towards your right hip. And then long with your right arm. Just feel that. Squeeze, feel the folds. And then long through your right arm. I'm going to bend my front knee a bit more as I do that. Squeeze your elbow down. And then long. Super. Both hands to the floor. Bum to the floor. Lie down on the floor. All the way down. Land on the floor. Pause. Nice. Pause there. Stay on your back or roll over onto your side. So I was talking to somebody yesterday about this intention. You know, what is your intention for the day? What is your aspiration? And we have to plan for aspiration, to hope that we will do the thing that we want to do. It doesn't set me up for success. It doesn't, I like if I'm going to go to the air, if I'm going to fly somewhere this evening, I'm going to plan for that all day long. I'm going to like, oh, so where's my passport? And do I have my bag packed? And do I have this? And do I have that? Whereas if I just hope that I get there, actually it's too random and it leaves too much to chance. So if I want to paint this evening, how would I plan for that in my day? What 3 or 4 things during my day would I have to do to plan to draw this evening or to plan to do something, a resource that supports me, but do I hope for it or do I plan for it? What do you do? How do you organize yourself to do the things that increase your resources, that cultivate a sense of wellness, that then brings possibility and resilience in the world? So be well, be awesome. Plan what you're going to do this evening or today. Lay down a few little seeds, a few little breadcrumbs for yourself. Oh, I'm just going to put these little things in place so that when the moment arises that I'll be able to turn up and do those things. I'll see you all soon, hopefully tomorrow. And yeah, thanks for joining me. Ciao, ciao.